Good morning, GDQ, and welcome to Environmental Station Alpha. So I am Vicas, and this will be my co-commentator, Serene Dragon.
Hello.
So Environmental Station Alpha is a 2015 Metroidvania. It has 4 endings, all of which are speedrun categories in this. Today we will be going for the second ending, which is essentially the first ending is pretty much the whole regular game, and the second ending requires you to get some very, very broken stuff that we will be extremely taking advantage of. Just for the record, to start the run, I'll need a moment of quiet time because the very first thing that I have to do is a frame-perfect trick that has basically no indicators. So I use a metronome to time myself off of the start of the run. Timing on the run starts when I select easy mode from here. So I think it's good for us to just jump into it, shall we? All right, starting the run in 3, 2, 1, go. Didn't get it. It's fine.
So he was trying to get text skip there, or text storage, where he stores the very first text box of the game in order to save 2 seconds in an upcoming room. You do that by opening the map button a frame before the text box appears. So it's a frame perfect trick that it's hard to time.
Yes, it kind of puts us into a weird state that luckily we're going to see pretty soon after this.
Yes, we'll be doing another text skip in about a minute. But it allows you to activate this boss as soon as you enter the room instead of having to walk across to activate that computer. So it only saves 2 seconds.
Yep. All right, and with that first boss done, we are into the run proper. So the very first thing that we need to get is actually a key to unlock a door, because that's in the way of our double jump. And as always with a Metroidvania, that's over to the left. This is where we're really going to see the text storage for realsies, because it's a lot easier to get when you get to open up the text box. That's what it looks like. If a text box opens up while my map is up, that basically gives me full control and lets me avoid having to walk all the way across the room to grab that.
Yeah, the trouble with the first one is the text box appears automatically and there's no visual or audio cue for it.
And even better, it's variable because it has to do with the load of the map.
So he just he uses a metronome to kind of guesstimate where he is.
Get as close as I can. It's fine though. Get out of here.
And then we're going on to a trick where you're gonna skip a large portion of the game using a secret shortcut that we're gonna damage boost up to. So
yes, damage boosts are really useful for the start of the run because we don't really have any movement tech. We're gonna need them to get up to it. And the nice thing is when you get hit in this game, you get knocked way, way up. Ooh, that's gonna be awkward. Made it! Oh, thank God.
So damage boosts knock you backwards and up, so he has to flip himself around before the fly hits him, and that allows him to get up on this ledge. This is a secret area you're not supposed to find until the post-game.
Yeah, this isn't on the map or anything. When we go back through that door over there a second time, it's gonna end up in a completely different room.
But it's there the entire time, so if you just rub yourself up against that wall, you can go through that passage, and you skip a boss doing that, and we get our double jump.
Pretty standard double jump. You'll know that I'm doing it when I get those little, like, bit trip runner lines behind me. This is kind of mostly the intended first upgrade of the game, and we do need it to make more progress, but now we're gonna get a little bit further off the beaten path there.
The worm got you?
He did, yes. Those worms are completely RNG. They go between those holes, and you might not even see them in a run, or they might ruin everything by knocking you down into the pit. We managed to survive it though. So the next thing that we're gonna grab right here is a quick health pack. In the virus percent run of this game, we don't grab any extra health, at least unless we're going for safety strats, but In service percent here, we are going to need 2 health upgrades.
They're very technically safety. As in, technically you don't need to grab them. You can do it without them, but...
I have world record and I don't chance it, so let's put it that way.
No. It would be very risky. You would lose a lot of time later if you died from not having enough health. Here, you're going to the major sequence break of the game, really.
Yes, once we have this next upgrade, the world will basically be our oyster.
It's supposed to be the last main game upgrade that you get.
Yep.
You're not supposed to get this for a few hours. And we're going to use a lot of damage boosting to get over walls that he should not be able to get over.
Yes, all of those gold wall blocks there are basically supposed to stop my progress until I get a very late game upgrade. But we're just gonna, sneak around him a little bit. It is very funny. Hempuli put so many blocks in between this, and there are ways to damage boost over every single one of them. And with that, we get access to the V-dash. So this allows us to dash vertically up or down. As you can see, we get a ton of height from it. This kind of fundamentally breaks the entire path of the game because now there's really no wall that we can't get up over. We do still need to grab a few more upgrades, including one that is going to help our mobility quite a lot, which we're heading over to next.
V-dash also does damage, by the way.
Yes, it will be really useful in the next boss to do a bunch of damage to it.
So we've actually got some time for a couple of donations on the way to this boss.
You got it. I have $500 here from Medibot. Vicas, you worked so hard to keep improving your record at ESA. Thank you for your tireless support of electronic sports.
Thank you so much, Medibot.
And I have a $50 donation here from Anonymous. Thanks to everyone for another AGDQ.
Think we have room for one more?
Yep.
Absolutely. Moon Hotel donates $25. So thrilled to see you at GDQ, Vicas. You got this.
Thank you so much, Moon.
No one?
Actually, real quick, just mention we are picking up the second health right up here because it's right over, and then we'll have time for another one.
Yeah, this is the second one, which is the safety strat for any percent.
Yep.
Yeah, I think we're good for another donation.
Absolutely. All right, we have a $15 donation here from Oslot. Worth spending all day watching amazing speedruns for such a great cause. Hoping to wake up in time for the Super Monkey Ball race, so my donation goes towards that bonus. We'll pass out for the night with an AGDQ honk.
All right, we are coming up on the second boss now. Just got to climb up these fiery bits here.
It's the first real boss. The first boss is more of formality than anything else.
Yes, this is the one that actually has RNG and bits that I can fail.
Yeah, but the V-dash will... You're not supposed to have the V-dash before this boss, and it will fundamentally destroy him. Mm-hmm. This is Trashbot.
Yes, he's going to try to scrap us, but since we can kind of hide up here, we can take advantage of the damage on the V-dash to basically skip the first stage entirely.
Yes, you're not supposed to get up to that ledge.
Or be able to shoot him on the head until he comes down to say hi to you, but instead we just go up to him.
And so now, because we have so much health, unless we stood still, he really can't kill us.
Yeah, we just tank all the rest of the damage here.
It's just now an auto-stroller until we beat him.
Which is coming up. And once we get this, that's when the run gets a bit more technical and a bit more tricky, because we get my favorite upgrade of all out of this. That is the hook shot. So every Metroid type game has a hook shot in it. This is by far my favorite hook shot ever, because it is easily the trixiest one that you can, that it has, that I've ever played, basically. The way that it works is when you fire it, it picks a spot three blocks up and right or left from you, and basically goes there even if you continue moving like elsewhere. And if it connects to something, it makes an arc and swings you forward for about 20 frames. The thing is, the speed that you swing at is actually basically determined by angle, which means that the longer you make your hookshot chain, the further and faster that you fly ahead, as you can see, like from what I'm doing here. So from this point forward, the rest of the run basically becomes about doing huge Mondo hookshots and like fitting them in wherever I can, because it is way, way faster than just walking.
Yeah, so we don't get the the sort of main horizontal movement, which is the H dash, which is the horizontal equivalent of the V dash. He's not going to pick that up. This
Behind a really slow boss.
Yes. So the hookshot is his horizontal mobility. One other thing to note is you may have noticed that he's sort of popping into a couple of rooms and then immediately leaving. If you're quick, you can see that there are these blue pods. We've seen pods throughout. The red ones are save and a full heal. The green ones are just a heal, and the blue ones are teleporters. So if you go into a room where there's a teleport, you kind of activate it as a teleport later on. Right now, the teleporters are inactive. He can't use them yet. Right now, he's heading towards activating them, and after that, he will get, I think, the biggest glitch in the run.
Easily the most useful, and what the entire second half of the run is going to be built on is going to be teleport storage, which is similar to text storage, but way stronger.
So by going into those rooms along the way, he'll be able to teleport straight to those rooms later in the run, and that's going to be very, very helpful for saving a lot of time.
Gotta get this guy. He takes 15 shots, which makes him one of the chunkiest enemies in the entire game. But now that we have the teleport key, we just have one more mainline upgrade to get. And then this run is gonna get a little wild.
So the other thing about the hookshot is that we don't get damage boosts anymore. You take damage, but you don't get knocked back if you're hit by an enemy.
Yeah, so now that we have the double jump and the vertical dash, like, getting hit is actually mostly just a time loss, so we want to avoid it as much as we possibly can.
So you see a lot of him, like, hookshotting through enemy attacks so that he just keeps going and saves his speed.
Yep. Yeah, the hookshot is super, super key to being able to move quickly in this game. For example, if I was to fall in that quicksand, I would lose my double jump and my vertical dash, and that giant worm, who is literally unkillable, would just come bother me. It's a huge time loss, so being able to just slide right around that is very, very useful. With that, we go through some tubes, so I think that you can probably figure out we are heading into a water section. We will be getting another upgrade along the way here, and it's kind of gonna go by so fast that you might not even notice that it happens. It is really useful for boss killing, though. That would be the plasma shield.
So you're not supposed to get it like that. There's a teleporter in that room and red blocks. You're supposed to teleport to that room and then use the H dash to jump across to that. We don't have the H dash, so instead what he does is he uses a glitch where he regenerates his V dash, because you normally only get one vertical dash.
Yeah, if you could dash more than once, that would be wild.
It would be a little OP. But when you go across the transition, you're not supposed to get your V dash back, but you can.
Yes.
And you can use that to get enough height to get up there and get these orbs, which are just a damage field that are around him.
Yes, it helps keep these little jellies away from us, and when we start fighting some bosses again, it's gonna do the majority of the work. If we were fighting the virus, it would actually be the main way that we were going to do it, which is the first boss of the final boss of the first ending. But in this case, there are still a few bosses that these orbs are going to help us kill. But we now just got our final main upgrade, which is the charge shot. This is necessary for breaking those blue blocks that you could have potentially seen around.
Okay, this is not my favorite skip. There's supposed to be a boss in this room, but he's triggered by landing on the platforms. There are some specific tiles that he, triggers from, and you can jump over them. And
As long as you don't step on them.
with a tiny little glitched hookshot jump, you can actually jump out of the arena and never see that boss.
Goodbye, Serpent 5.
And he's quite a long boss, so it's quite useful to just never activate him.
All right, and now we are into the scary part of the run. Would you like to explain teleport storage?
All right, teleport storage. Instead, it's probably the biggest, most major glitch in the game. It works a bit like text storage. You can see those blue dots there are the teleports on the map. So if he opens the map a frame before he activates the teleport, he manages to glitch where he can still move while also having these teleports on the map. And if he selects one, he will teleport to that room. And so normally you're only supposed to teleport from teleport room to teleport room, but now I can teleport from anywhere. And he's going to use this to go through this maze backwards.
Maybe. Don't think I'm gonna get this one, which is fine. Yep. All right, that is why I took a safety save just before this.
So you're not supposed to get this for the whole game?
Yes, the way that this is supposed to work is that there are diskettes scattered across the station, and if you get all 12 of the diskettes, you unlock a door that's on the right side of this giant scary maze that I'm doing, or that I died in just before now. And then you're supposed to use your new upgrade to get through that giant scary maze. But what if we just went through it backwards?
So he needs to keep the teleport storage through this because he's going to use it to get out of the maze that's killing him?
Yes, if I, lose teleport storage, I kind of have to do this in the other direction. And even with the safety health, we have not budgeted enough to get back there.
This is really where the technically safety health comes in.
Yeah.
You can get through this room on normal health. I would not recommend it. All right, so now he got the X dash, which is infinite dashing.
Yeah, so about that you could dash more than once thing. That would be nice.
It sure would. So much faster than taking the lift, and we're all about speed here. Mm-hmm. So yeah, you're not supposed to get this. Is a post-game upgrade, and it will allow us to actually go to the surface ending.
Yes, basically the rest of the run from this point is going to be about collecting the few things that we still require to get down onto the surface, and then making it through the final gauntlet on our way there. Quick shout out to, I believe, Navi, who made the music for this game. This track that we're just getting here is called Spinning Dandelion, and it is my absolute favorite.
All right, so this is a pretty good time for me to explain how you lose teleport storage. This is the one that is the easiest to lose. I guess tied with one of the other ones. So while he concentrates on keeping this teleport storage, there are a couple of major ways to lose teleport storage. One of them is by shooting. If he presses the shoot button, he loses teleport storage. You may have noticed he's been shooting. There is one way around that, and if you press jump on the exact same frame that you shoot, you keep teleport storage. So he's doing a whole bunch of frame perfect shooting here in order to keep teleport storage.
Yes, every one of those shots that I took there risks losing this teleport storage and adding like 30 or more seconds onto the run.
The other extremely easy way you can lose teleport storage is if you jump when you do not have a jump available. So this includes things like trying to jump after you have double jumped. You no longer have a jump. If you try to jump, you will lose it. It also includes jumping when you've been hit by an enemy.
Because you're briefly inactionable while you're in that knockback state.
Yes.
It keeps coming back to haunt us.
So if you get hit by an enemy and you are trying to jump at the same time, you lose teleport storage and you have to go get it again.
And you might notice that we are going a pretty long distance from a teleporter here, which means that if I lose teleport storage, basically we have no choice but to walk all the way back to the teleporter I started at. And I just lost it. Okay, I'm gonna have to go back, but I am gonna go fight the boss first since we're right here.
Yes, there's no point.
Normally you will fight this boss with teleport storage. And obviously to kill this thing, we are gonna need quite a lot. So this is the robe statue. First phase is pretty easy. We just dive right through them. This phase is much, much harder when we have to keep teleport storage. For now, I can kind of just rub my face against him and blast him.
Yes, you have to be very careful when he jumps and when he shoots, of course, because both of those can lose the teleport storage. Unfortunately, this teleport storage, if he loses, he's required to go get it, because if he doesn't have teleport storage in the next area, he soft locks. He will not be able to leave the area. He does not have the H-dash, which is required to leave.
Yes, basically we are looking to take advantage of a hidden path that like I didn't even know about until I started speedrunning the game. And the thing is that it's kind of expects that if you know about this path, you've probably like gone through the game a decent amount and like have the horizontal dash. And because we don't, we would literally soft lock, so...
Okay, so we did pick up the, and Hemp really corrected me on this, the heat resistance suit.
Yes.
It's right there at the end. Normally you don't pick it up. If you lose teleport storage, you pick it up so you're not taking damage on the way back to this teleport.
All right, so we are now basically going to remake the exact same walk as we did before, so this is a pretty good time for some donations.
Sounds great. We got plenty of donations here. I've got $25 from Geop. Howdy Vicas, howdy Serene, Geop here. Given Vicas fancy technical footwork with Mario 64, I figure speedrunning to be an organic step in the right direction.
Oh, no.
Good luck, pal. Thank you for supporting them electronic sports.
Thank you, Gio.
Thanks, Gio.
I've also got $10 here from Infinite Bryans that says, hey Vicas, it's Brian. All right, see you later.
Thank you, Brian.
I've also got $100 here from Millie. Hi Vicas, Millie here wishing you a good run and good luck to everyone else running today. It's been great to see your ESA get faster and faster. Maybe we'll celebrate an even better run today. Donation incentive goes to Serene's choice.
Awesome. All right.
That's Super Monkey Ball.
Yep, and we did just get the gold key. So this warped us to a totally different spot in the space station that we are not at all supposed to have access to.
No.
With that, we obtained the gold key, which lets us get those pesky yellow blocks that we had seen, and we are just about ready to finish up the game. The last thing that we need to do before we're kind of on end watch is, turn the power on in the station.
Yes, the power's been off this whole time.
When you turn it on, the game gets a lot harder. Okay, yep, power is on. Good, had to make sure that I did that. I'll just turn that on there for safety. This unlocks a few doors, but it also activates some really strong enemies and locks a few doors as well, so it gets harder to move through the station.
Yeah, in virus percent, you want to actually hold on to that text box until you're past a door, because the door is open while power is off, and it turns on when power's on. But in surface percent, we're not going there. We're just going past the worm again. Bye-bye, worm.
Love that worm.
And we're going to an entirely different side of the station now.
Yep. And this is really where teleport storage has saved us a ton of time walking all the way around.
Yep.
But we are now one boss away from the actual final boss, let's say.
We got a final fight, and you're supposed to fight this guy much earlier in the game.
The first time that you come into the station without the plasma field, or the water section, without the plasma field, or the triple shot, or the charge shot. So, I'm sorry, Goliath Jelly. You never really had a chance.
No, he melted a little bit.
Okay, and now you might think that the run is done, but Hampuli put one challenge in the way between us and the surface that is probably the thing most people have done the post-game know the best.
This is the one area in the game you need the triple shot, and that's why we picked up the triple shot.
Yes, it was to shoot that thing there to open up the wall. But now, welcome to the maze.
So, these orange spikes are not like the white spikes we saw, which only did 1 damage. These are instant death spikes. And normally he's supposed to have the infinite H-dash to get through this maze.
Just gotta establish the danger.
Exactly. But instead he is going to use his hook shot to get around some of these areas. And it's deadly. If he touches any of these spikes, he dies. There's 2 rooms. It's definitely a hell of a challenge.
Whee! That is kind of the hardest bit right there, is sliding myself under that block without swinging into it or brushing my butt against the spikes on the bottom there. Luckily, it is pretty fast to restart, so even if you die a whole bunch of times, it's fine. Right. So yeah, the first time that I did this maze, I had the horizontal dash, and like I was playing casually. It took me like 4 or 5 hours to get through this, like even once. And you know, I was pretty happy with that, pretty good at that. Then when I had to learn this for the speed run, it turns out it was essentially like learning a whole new skill set for it, which meant that I got to spend another 4 or 5 hours being like, okay, this is where I used to hook shot or a V horizontal dash here. What can I do to make this a little less painful for myself? But after all of that, you really start to become kind of automatic with it.
1 more room.
And we are coming up on the end. Okay.
All right.
So that is the final actual difficult input. The run itself is not going to end until we close the final text box in a little under a minute. So while we're finishing up, I really want to say thank you so much for having me here. Thank you to everyone who's come to my morning streams. Watched me play through this game for the past like year and a half at this point. Thank you to everyone in the ESA community, Moke and Sharia, and just everyone who's rooted me on, helped me with strategies. You are all super awesome. The time will be coming up when I close the next text box, which is after it fades to like the station, so like 1 more fade after this. This has been super, super fun. I would love to teach someone else how to do the game. Time. And, you know, I hope that everyone enjoyed this run.
So, the ESA, there's a Discord for the speedrun?
Yes, we have a Discord. I'm going to tweet that out. You can also find it on speedrun.com at our leaderboards page. Hope to see you there.
And we'd really like to thank him, Pulley, for creating the game. He's working on a sequel, so if you like the look of this game, it's your favorite Metroidvania ever.
Absolutely.
And there's a sequel in the works, so yeah, give it a shot.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Right, thank you so much, Vicas, for an absolutely amazing run, and welcome back, everyone. Still got plenty of donations, so let's get cozy. Get some hot chocolate, some tea, coffee, get a blanket. Let's read some donations. I've got $100 here from Candy saying, great game, great run. Completely agree, that was absolutely amazing to watch, super fun. Thank you so much again, Vicas. And Dazzlin donates $25. Please be careful when dealing with invincible enemies who cannot be killed by normal means. I can't be there to point them out for you. I'm so glad we've made it this far. I'm proud of you and definitely not crying. Put this to Vicas' choice of donation incentives. And I've got $50 here from Crying Life. Longtime watcher, first time donator. My sister passed away to cancer a few years ago. Wanted to give back to a good cause. Donation to Announcer's Choice. Thank you so much, and I hope you're doing well. And from Nightfall Gloam, we have $75. Staying up late in my time zone to donate. Happy to be part with some of my money to help the battle against cancer. Also, just noticed the Ori Rainbow Dash Trail, and I knew I just had to donate. And that is an excellent reminder, everyone. With your donations, you can contribute to incentives to open up new categories, name characters, all sorts of fun stuff. And the donation we just had went to Ori and the Blind Forest Rainbow Dash Trail, which is currently about $2,000 away from its $10,000 goal. So if you want to see that happen, please get your donations in. I also want to let everyone know that bonus game number 2, Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania, is currently sitting at about $22,000 of its $80,000 goal. So if you really want to see Super Monkey Ball, get your donations in now. From Miles, we have $50. Good morning, AGDQ. I'm a longtime viewer, and this is my first time donating. Just want to thank everyone involved in making this amazing event possible. Like so many, my family has been touched by cancer's sinister embrace, and it warms my heart to see everyone come together to make this terrible disease a fading memory. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much for your donation, Miles. And from Not a Fish, we have $25 saying, congrats on making it to GDQ, Vicas. And from Isaiah, we have $500. Lost the love of my life and best friend in August from complications of cancer. Miranda, I love you and miss you. Thank you, GDQ, for such a wonderful event. I'm looking forward to the rest of the runs this week. Well, thank you so much for your donation, Isaiah. Really appreciate it. And we have a $25 donation here that says, it's dangerous to go alone. Here's $25 to help. Much love, GDQ. And from Anonymous, we have $200. No comment, but thank you so much for your donation. And I just want to say thank you to everyone tuning in right now. This is Awesome Games Done Quick 2022, powered by Twitch, supporting the Prevent Cancer Foundation. Really appreciate all of you tuning in, and happy to have you here. Thank you so much. All right, and from Anonymous, I have $50. Had to donate when I saw Vicas was running ESA. Been watching your VODs ever since you introduced me to Dark Souls by introducing someone else to Dark Souls. Best of luck with the run. And from Jaeger, we have $10. Long-time watcher, first-time donator. Thanks to all the runners and organizers for their great work. For all the great work you do to beat cancer and go fast. Thank you so much. And from Turadoras, $50, just says, greetings from Germany. Well, greetings from Canada. Thank you so much. From Jessie, we have $12. My dad passed away to cancer when I was 2. I love this initiative. We gamers can get a lot of things done when we want to. Keep up the good work. And from Green Intern, we have $100. I'm so full of computer virus. Yum. In all seriousness, thank you so much for doing what you do and supporting the Prevent Cancer Foundation. This donation is in memory of my mother-in-law, who passed away early in 2020 from complications related to pancreatic cancer. Well, thank you so much, and remember, all your donations go to the Prevent Cancer Foundation, who is an absolutely wonderful organization, so please get your donations in. Thank you so much. And Cavrod donates $50. No comment, but thank you so much. Appreciate the donation. And I don't want to get you all too excited, but it looks like we have some new prizes opening up soon. So, starting with our next run, which is going to be Spyro Attack of the Rhinox, run by Bregos. So if you are interested in winning some absolutely amazing prizes, be sure to go to gamesdonequick.com to check them all out. Absolutely amazing. And thank you so much to Sent and Mr. Game and Shout, who are introducing our prizes later today. From B&V, we have $100. Awesome event, great cause, go Vicas. Mr. Cable donates $25. I lost my dad, just 54 years old, just 4 days ago to brain cancer. I hope to donate money to help them for not losing the close ones as I did. I have been watching AGDQ for many years now, and prevent cancer is even closer to my heart. Less than 3. Thanks to all runners, donators, messages, and all. Less than 3. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Cable. Kurayokami donates $25. My family has been hit hard these last months with the horrible news that is cancer, so here's my part to help bring cancer down. Thank you so much for everything the staff, runners, and commentators do to raise money for such a wonderful cause. Absolutely. All right. All right, chat. It looks like we are ready to go. So it is time for Spyro, Attack of the Rhinox, run by Bread Ghost. So please take it away, Bread Ghost.